It began like any other ordinary evening at home, but within minutes, everything changed. I had just finished dinner and was absent-mindedly scrolling through emails when Melissa, my wife of 7 years, walked into the dining room. Her posture was stiff, her fingers tapping restlessly against her phone, betraying a tension that instantly put me on edge. Something felt wrong, though I couldn't have guessed what was coming. She lowered herself into the chair across from me, carefully avoiding eye contact. Then, in a strained voice, she said, "I need to tell you something. I'll be going away for a few days with Ryan." For a few seconds, I just stared at her, waiting for her to laugh or admit she was joking. But she didn't. And Ryan wasn't just anybody. He was her ex. The man she once swore was part of her past. Hearing his name tied to a trip with her hit me like a punch to the gut. My mind scrambled, refusing to process her words. My wife, my partner, calmly announcing she was going away with her ex? Who does that? But Melissa didn't waver. Her mouth pressed into a firm line, her eyes locked on the table as though she was bracing herself. That's when it sank in. She was serious. A heavy silence settled between us. My chest tightened, yet I forced myself to keep control. If I lost my temper, she'd dismiss me as jealous or insecure, and I wasn't about to hand her that excuse. Finally, I broke the silence with a single question. Why? My voice was steady, though anger churned beneath the surface. She had her explanation ready. According to her, it was strictly professional. Ryan supposedly had connections that could boost her career, and I should trust her. The casual, almost dismissive tone made my stomach twist. She wasn't even disguising the disrespect. She was laying it out openly, as if I should nod along and accept it. That's when I realized this wasn't naive thoughtlessness. It was pure arrogance. As she spoke, I noticed the way she glanced at me. She was waiting, expecting me to lose it, to beg her to stay, to shout or accuse her. She wanted me to react so she could flip the script and brand me as controlling, jealous, insecure. It was bait, and she thought I would fall for it. But I didn't. I let her say everything, nodding faintly, keeping my face unreadable. She had rehearsed every line, but she had no idea I wasn't playing her game. When her words trailed off, silence returned, thicker than before. I leaned back, met her eyes, and spoke just 2 words. "Don't worry." The effect was immediate. Her mouth fell open slightly, stunned. She had braced for yelling or pleading, but instead, she was met with calm. Too calm. It unsettled her far more than anger ever could. She shifted in her seat, visibly thrown off, her carefully built script starting to unravel. Her voice trembled as she echoed my words. "Don't worry? That's it." I said nothing more. I simply held her gaze for a moment, then turned back to my emails as if the conversation had never taken place. That's when she realized something had shifted. I wasn't clinging. I wasn't the desperate husband who would fight to hold on. My composure carried a weight she hadn't anticipated, and it shook her. The rest of the night, she kept circling back, asking if I was angry, if I still loved her, if I even cared. Her tone rose, desperate to provoke me, but I didn't budge. My silence, my 2 words, lingered like a shadow in the room. The more I refused to react, the more rattled she became. She believed she held control, but the truth was, she had already lost it. By morning, I didn't wait for her to finish packing for her so-called trip. While she was in the shower, I quietly gathered my own belongings, leaving divorce papers on the kitchen counter with a short note. "Don't worry. I'm done." No explanations. No arguments. Just clarity. When she came out and saw the documents, her face went pale. But by then, I was already walking out the door head high. Melissa thought she could toy with my emotions, flaunt her ex, and return to a husband waiting in place. She was wrong. The second she mentioned traveling with her ex, our marriage was over. My 2-word response wasn't anger, it was closure. A clear message: I won't fight for someone who doesn't value me. In the end, it wasn't shouting, tears, or chaos that broke her. It was certainty. Quiet, undeniable certainty. Sometimes the sharpest revenge isn't loud, it's silence. 2 words. That's all it took to mark the exact moment I walked away for good.